Sup, my homies and homettes? You ready to get your shit kicked in? Because I've got an incredibly taxing leg day for you to absolutely fuck your week up. For today's episode of Gym Day with a fucking idiot. Hey, I'm Radio Dave. Thanks for joining me here for another quick hit session today. Now, why do I say today's workouts are incredibly taxing? Because they are, bitch. I'm not just talking out my ass. Now, I know that's just what somebody who talks out their ass would say, but trust me, bro, I'll explain here in a second as we jump into today's workouts. First one we're going to be looking at is pretty much the be-all, end-all for leg exercises. And for some, it's also looked at as the most risky of all leg day exercises. Maybe all exercises, period, aside from maybe the deadlift. But here's the thing. Squats aren't as risky or as scary as they look. Yes, it can be incredibly intimidating when you first try them out. I mean, every other workout we've seen thus far is from an almost outside attack approach. For instance, we pick up dumbbells, we get into plate-loaded machines, we pull down for back. The barbell squat is the first real workout where we're completely under the force of the weight freely. It's literally on top of us. And that's pretty spooky starting out. But here's what's what. The only real issue you need to worry about with the barbell squat is how fatiguing it can be. If you're not a complete dumbass and choose the weight that's appropriate and maintain proper form, the barbell squat is incredibly goated as a leg workout and will help grow your quads, improve core strength, strengthen joints, help with hip and knee and ankle mobility, and even increase bone density. The fucking sheer stack of benefits far outweigh the risks. Just be smart about it. However, like I mentioned earlier, the one issue with the barbell squat you should be looking out for is the stimulus to fatigue ratio. The barbell squat, while highly effective for building strength and muscle, can have a relatively poor stimulus to fatigue ratio due to its high systemic fatigue demands, meaning it can lead to significant fatigue compared to other exercises. So a lot of people start their workouts with this, but that's where you use up all the energy. So you kind of want to end with the squat. But I mean, you can put it where you want, really. What this means is that the squat uses an incredibly high amount of energy and muscle activation to do, probably the highest in the gym. They should still absolutely be something you incorporate into your routine, though. You don't have to do them every leg day. I would probably do every second leg day rotation starting out. Hell, even the quad father himself, Tom Platz, only did squats once a month. I mean, he did them to absolute failure until he literally couldn't stand anymore, so once a month was about all he could do. Fucking legend. Now here's how we do the barbell squat. You want to set the rack at about shoulder height or just below. So as you step to the bar, you get underneath it and use your legs to push up underneath it, positioning the bar on your traps. This part will take some getting used to, especially if you're just starting out, as your traps still need to develop as well. Now, full warning, do not let the bar rest on the back of your neck. This can cause neck problems. Totally f*** your day right up. Just like the trap workout, you do not want the weight in your neck. You can see here, I'm fucking pushing it even there. That's a little too close to my neck for comfort, and I should really have it on my back a little more. I also suggest that if you're not using lifting shoes like I am here, that you may be better off taking off your shoes and just doing these in your socks. A lot of running shoes don't offer much support in the sides, and you can actually slip and hurt your ankle. So I'd suggest just doing it on your feet flat. Once the bar is on your traps and you're in position, make sure your feet are shoulder width apart or slightly wider and your toes pointing slightly outward, just like we did on the leg press. That's why we did those first. There's a method to the madness, folks. While your feet are flat and pointing outward, you spread your toes so you're almost clawing at the floor with them. Brace your core, keep your chest up, and push your hips back, bending at the knees and hips until your thighs are parallel to the ground. If you can, it may take some time to build that flexibility as deep as you can comfortably go, essentially. Make sure you keep your back straight, don't turtle or round your back. Once you're at the bottom of the movement, push through your heels and stand back up, focusing on keeping your chest up and your knees in line with your feet. Remember when we talked about knee valgus on the hip abductors? This is why we were training those. You may find your knees bending inward on the come up, so focus on keeping them straight. I probably should have got a better angle on these, but you get the general idea anyway. You want to be able to draw a straight line from your shoulders down to your heels and your knees tracking over your toes. Now, if you're just starting out, I would suggest just using the bar itself until you're comfortable with the movement and you've got your form down. Hell, you can even just try it with your body weight and no bar and just hold your arms out for balance. If you want, until you get used to it and work up to the bar and then bar, then plates. The important thing to remember is just go easy. Steady tempo and controlled the entire time. If you find you get stuck or you're unable to come back up with the weight, just step forward and let the bar fall behind you. That's what these rails on the side here are for. If you need to bail, always step out from the bar. Never let the weight crumple you. Minimal. I know, that was a lot to take in. A lot of information for one fucking workout. So just try it out with a bar or body weight for now until you're ready to step it up. If you're new to the gym, the barbell squat can be very intimidating. I hated them when I first started. I might have done a handful of squats in my first 5 years of hitting the gym. Now I do them all the time. The benefits do far outweigh the risks, and the risks aren't as bad as they seem once you know what you're doing and you got the correct controls in place. With that said, try them out. Let me know what you think. Are there any variations that you like? Are there any risks or tips you find helpful when banging these out? We're just doing the one workout today. This was a lot of information, so I'm not going to throw a second one at you. We'll look at it next time. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe. And remember, promo code RD0Dave for all your supplementworldcanada.com purchases. Go take a rest day. You fucking earned it. I'm Radio Dave. You're you, and I'll see you on the next one.